This video is sponsored by unolist.com.
Guys, this is a estate Whirlpool washing machine, and right now it's got a problem where it doesn't spin a drain. I mean, it just fills up with water and that's it. So we're gonna find out what's wrong with it and fix it. I mean, typically there's a switch in here that controls typically that switch is the problem, but otherwise we got a motor and a coupler, couple of things here that could go wrong, but it worked fine until, I mean, this is a pretty old model. It's came with the house. It's pretty old. Yeah, as you can see, it kind of looks dirty on the top here. It's the some foam fell on here, but it worked without any issues. So all of a sudden, this weekend when we tried to use it, it just water filled up and nothing. It wasn't spinning, and so we're gonna find out and fix it. I'm not really sure why it's like this, but this looks like hybrid. There's supposed to be something here that this goes in, and the switch is supposed to be here, but in this model it looks like there's nothing here because it just goes through. It's a plastic piece. Maybe it's inside here. In some models it's inside here, in some models the switch is like right here. So once you open it up, you're going to find out what exactly, if the switch is the problem or the motor or the coupler. And the motor and coupler are there in the front here. In the front, right here. It's a pretty old model, so unless you take the whole thing off, you can't see what's inside. So we're gonna take the cover off. So there are a couple of screws that we need to take off. The first screw that we're going to take out is this one, and there's a nut here. Actually, that's a screw. There's a screw here, a screw in there, and then one on this side and one on that side. So once we take that off, we should be able to take the front cover off. So let's get started. Okay, one screw is out. Let's go to the next one. After that, just to push the plastic knob in, and that thing is going to go into. You can do that on both sides. Okay, that's in. Safety on this side. Yeah, there's two plastic flaps. You gotta see one on this side and one on this side. You just gotta squeeze it from both sides. And if you don't have the tweezer, you can just do this way and this comes off. Alright, so that's in. And the top is already moving. Alright, the other screw is also out. So it looks like we don't actually have the switch here. So the switch must be underneath here. It's like inside here, they put it here. So if we take the cover off, it's kind of hard to see, but you can actually feel it when you put your hand in. So sometimes it's like right here, but yeah, these two screws, like I said, missed them. There are two screws here. If we take the screws off, that switch should come off, but it might be hard to pull it out. So close that. Alright, so once we take the cover off, then what we got is these two special clamps that you gotta push in a certain way to take it off, these two. Once you take these two off, then this should come off. Alright. Yeah, all you have to do is inside here, if you can see like this here, you just gotta push it like that towards you. Put the screwdriver in and push it towards you. Like that. And then it just comes out. Okay. Alright, now this is out, but there are two more screws that we got to take off here at the bottom. Take the front cover off. Look at the manual in here. That's the manual. Oh, it's the circuit diagram. That's the circuit diagram here. I'll leave it in here, it's fine. So let me take the other screws off from the bottom. I'm gonna disconnect this. Okay. Now we should be able to take the drum off. Alright. So we just gotta lift the drum out, the cover out. Interesting, look at the, if you can see the switch, but it's just dangling there. Not sure how that happened. Yeah, it just came out from its socket and it's just dangling there. So possibly it is just the switch. So we do have to take the whole cover off to see it carefully. Guys, we removed the cover and we unhooked the pump, and that's the motor. And the motor seems to be spinning freely, so there's nothing wrong with the motor, looks like, up to a point, but there's something, maybe not. Okay, it looks like the motor is not really spinning freely. In one direction it spins, in the other direction, now it spins. That is just weird. No, it's stuck again. So something is preventing it from moving. It could be the coupler that's a problem. So until we take the motor out, we gotta take this. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a nut here and there's a nut here. We gotta take those out, and then we can slide the motor out from here. I thought there might be something stuck in the pump here, inside here. Sometimes that happens to, like, socks and stuff that gets stuck in here, which prevents the motor from spinning, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's something else. So it is spinning freely in one direction but not the other. So it is definitely possible that there's a problem with the coupler. So we do have to take the motor out to confirm it. So let's do that. So after we take the screws out, we got these two that we got to remove. Just push them out like that. The flathead screwdriver, and that should pull the motor out. Should be able to get the motor out at this point. So we're looking at the coupler that we took out from the motor, and that one looks good. There's nothing blocking or nothing holding it. It seems to spin freely once I took it out of that. So, and this one, this is the other side. That one also looks good. That also seems to spin. Yeah, it's also spinning freely. Yeah, that is pretty hard for some reason. see, maybe something is stuck in there. Yeah, so one direction it spins very freely. The other direction is where it's not spinning freely. So typically these are the ones that actually kind of break, but that doesn't seem to be the problem. The motor seems to be fine, the coupler is fine, nothing cracked here. It's just inside. I wonder if anything is stuck. We thought something might be stuck in the pump, but we got to open it actually to see it. We're going to do that. First, let's look at what's happening inside the drum here.
Yeah, it's the possibly a problem is the lid switch, and also it could also be the transmission, because lid switch, I don't know how, but somehow this thing just fell apart. I don't know what we could have done to break it that badly, but it started when we started it, and then it wasn't draining or spinning. So we gotta either get a new switch or try to put this one together and check it. And one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the whole the wiring harness out. All you have to do is just push these two sides, and it should just come out when you want to take it out. Alright, we just got to take these two screws out. The switch should come out. Okay. Well.
Alright, when we rotate the spindle, it's rotating, but if we do it in the clockwise, it seems to be getting stuck sometimes. And see that? It's stuck right now. And now if we go the other way, anti-clockwise, it rotates fine without any blockage. So I don't know if it's the clutch. See, now it rotates manually, and I'm trying to rotate it. My coupler is fine. My grommet that's in there is fine. So now I'm rotating counterclockwise. It rotates freely I'm doing it with my hand from underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spindle off, and the top portion for this spindle just comes off. You just put the screwdriver in and just push it, and it just comes off like that. And this is where the soap you put in, so it just comes off. And after that, inside here, we got to take the usually there's a screw in here, so it's kind of gunky. It's hard to see where that screw is. We're going to clean that and get to that screw and take this plastic part off properly. So yeah, there's a plastic lid. It's just there's no screw in here. We just got to rotate it counterclockwise, and it just comes out. It's not really tight or anything. It's pretty loose, so it just comes out fairly easily. So after that, there's a 1/4-inch nut there. Once we take that off, this whole thing would come off. You know what? Before we do anything, before taking the spindle off, we're going to actually connect the motor and then check if the motor is working. And we can put this guy back on. There's no leak or anything. It's just going to push it in a little bit. That's it. So that one is in. Okay, we're going to test the motor independently. First thing we're going to do is hook the motor back up. I mean, everything's unplugged right now. We're going to hook the motor back up, and then we're also going to connect the lid so that the motor can turn on. Alright, the motor is hooked, and we need to check it. Alright, to take the wiring harness off, all it is you just pull the metal clip here, and you can push the wire out just by pulling the metal clip. And there's a ground wire, it's attached with the nut here. You got to take that out. There are two metal clips, one on this side and another one like right here. So you got to do the same thing. Just pull the metal clip out a little bit and push the wire out. I'm holding a light with one other hand, so I can't show you right now, but that's what it is. So I mean, we knew that the switch was bad, so what I did is at present I just bypassed it. So the way you would bypass it, it's got 3 wires. This particular model of switch has 3 wires. So these 2 gray wires need to be shorted, and this one is the ground. The green is the ground. So if you look at it in this connector here, this pin and this pin, once the lid is closed, they would be connected. These 2 pins, these last 2 pins would be connected. And if you have a multimeter, you just set it to you have to test for connectivity basically. So if you have a multimeter, you can easily test that. I'll show you that later, but otherwise that's it. So I bypassed it and put it back in, and I'm gonna hook everything back up and just to see if it works. So at present everything else looked good except the switch, so I'm thinking maybe it was the switch that was the problem. So let's try it out. So to test the motor, we took out the switch is bypassed. I connected these 2 gray wires inside the box. I ordered the new switch. I don't have it yet, but we want to test this to see if that was the switch or not. So we just bypassed these 2. That means we just connected these 2 inside this switch, and then just tied it with a zip tie. So when I was testing the motor earlier, I was supposed to connect this too, and I forgot. So I connected that, and that's connected. I'm gonna hook up the wire again. We got it plugged in. I'm gonna set it to spin and see what it does. Okay, the motor is spinning. So the motor is fine. It's nothing wrong with the motor. The motor is doing its thing. So it's not the motor. The motor seems to be fine. Let's unplug this switch here. Alright, we're going to put everything back in and verify the switch was the problem, and then see if it works. Make sure that you don't lose these grommets that are on the back side of the motor. So one of them is still on there. I'm going to put them back, and the 3 of them were on the motor. So don't forget to put them on the in the sockets there. That's supposed to be. So let's put them like that. Like that. Like that. Is in. We're putting the 2 screws that are going to hold the motor. Alright, that should hold it. Alright, let's put the pump back. Gotta put the pump in there. Okay, the pump's in.
just need to put these special clamps that hold the pump in place. I gotta put that. Okay. All right. So the pump's in place. Let's put the lid back on. Okay, we got a clamp here that holds this that we have to put back. Okay, that one is in. Alright, let's connect this guy. We're connecting our bypass switch. Our switch, basically, even though we bypassed it. Okay, the switch is in. You just got to put this couple of screws and it should be good to go. Okay, that one is tight. Screwed up and putting it back together. You see that? This thing's got to go on top of that, and it didn't actually put it on there. That's why. Okay, we're gonna unhook it and put it back again. Just the lid portion of it. Alright, we're just going to test the spin. Alright, looks like the spinning is working and the water is getting drained, which is good. That's all we care. Okay. Alright, so this machine was not spinning and not draining, and we without realizing it was just the switch, we actually opened the cover and motor and all that. In the end, we checked everything, it was just the switch. So it definitely wasted a lot of time, but in the end it was just the switch. I bypassed it. I gotta get a new switch. Once I have the new switch, I'm going to replace it, but otherwise it should start working. Alright, looks like the water is in up. In about a few minutes it should start spinning. Alright, it's doing its thing. So it looks like we fixed the problem. And if you want to support us, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.